Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome. So we're here today with episode 5 of Hunter x Hunter 1999. And this is the episode where, well, we ended off the last episode with the quiz. So this is going to be the episode with the shape-shifting magical beasts, not to spoil this episode, I guess, but, so if you watch the 2011 version, you know exactly what we're talking about. And it's actually, because I was thinking about it, right? And I was thinking about it, and there are two episodes that I dislike. And every time I rewatch Hunter x Hunter 2011, there are two episodes that I skip. Just flat out skip. It's this episode, but in the 2011, anime. And it's the egg episode that comes up at like 5 or 6 episodes later. That should come up at like episode 10 or so. Those are the two episodes that I tend to skip. So I'm actually not that excited, but I'm also intrigued to see like how this episode handles the whatever the creatures are called, the magical beasts. How this episode handles it, how this anime handles it. Whether I can actually improve upon it, whether it's gonna be still as bad. Relatively speaking, of course, Hunter x Hunter generally, if I'm only skipping 2 episodes on rewatches, then that clearly shows that, there's a lot of great episodes, but there are 2 episodes that I do tend to skip, and this is one of them in a 2011 version. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let us get started. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Man, I'm starving. I need food. Probably gonna get myself some food after this one and then call it a day. It's not that I'm necessarily tired. It's just that because of the lights just blasting in my eyes, that my eyes are starting to get not tired, that's not the right word, but my eyes are strained. I think that's the right word. I'll probably start recording more Hunter x Hunter later, though, to be fair. As I said, I didn't expect me to like this one so much. And I believe this one doesn't have the Chimera Antok. I think it ends at Greed Island. But, like, imagine this one with, Chimera Ant. Oh, it would be so fire. Although I think Chimera Ant might be a little bit too gruesome from what we've seen so far, considering that no one dies here. No one gets injured. No blood. But, yeah. It's early. And I love 2011. I know I keep talking about 2011, but that's my only reference point to this show. But I feel like if the show continues at the current level, it might surpass. Let me not say anything more, because that's a bold claim. 2011 has Netaro versus Miriam. Nah, it can't surpass it. It has Miriam, period. You can't. There's no character in the show that is anywhere close to Miriam, which is a shame. Some would say Killua. I like Killua, but no, he's not Miriam. There's worlds apart. One is Miriam, the light that illuminates all, and the other one is just Kill with a U and an A at the end. Kill you, A. Where's Kill You B? And it's so sad that the only magical beasts that we ever see, I think, do the Chimera? I don't think Chimera qualify as a magical beast, but like the only magical beasts that we see are actually them, right? Like we don't see any. Again, I don't know what the Chimera ants count. Maybe the Guardian dog, whether that counts. I don't know. The last one that could do so ever. Man, I'm starving. Absolutely starving. Interesting. So, is Kurapika admitting that like Leorio physically is the strongest? Whereas he is, you know, witty, shrewd. Courage. This is the one that ran from the rhinoceros. Yeah, come on, that's the oldest trick in the book. It's Jormungand! Nah, I'd be scared too. I'd be scared too. A creature straight up escaped from One Piece episode 4. Chapter 1. Okay, that's comedy pure. That's comedy pure. Man said Jet Set Radio. Rayleigh is the most physically gifted. Nah. Straight path? You lot should have waited until the day. No offense, you should have waited until the day. Considering how lost you got it basically immediately without Gon. Philosopher. What a philosopher. Just let my man Leorio breathe. By the way, I think I should mention that as well. My favorites out of the 4, you know, how would I order them? I'd go Kurapika, Killua, Leorio, Gon. I don't dislike Gon. I don't dislike Gon. But I feel like he's too much of a goody two-shoes until like the Chimera Ant arc. Like there are hints for like, you know, more to his personality throughout the whole show, but like he's too much of a goody two-shoes. Kurapika is too badass. You know, just and I like the theme as well. You know, hunting the people that killed my brother, and, you know, for their eyes, so on and so forth. Killua's Killua. Who doesn't like Killua? But I think I've got Kurapika just ahead of Killua. Like if Kurapika got 100 out of 100, Killua would be like a 96. Leorio at like a 80. Gon at like a 70. That's how I kind of view it. But I think this Leorio version, I mean, hey, shoot, might go up a few points here and there. How is it still this far away? Breaking. Breaking. Of course, breaking. Bro, he's got a hostage, and these guys were just gonna continue walking. Okay, what a jump! What? What a jump! What a jump! Batman's not impressive, eh? It's that jungle boy. It's Mowgli. With more clothes on. Hey look, Gun's got red eyes. He's a quarter. He isn't he? He's a special little brat. He's a special little rat. Okay. Okay. By that logic, immediately, the Chimera ants are magical beasts. Nice one, Kurapika. Go on, go on. Meanwhile, Kurapika is just chilling. Like a villain. Man, could you imagine Hisoka here? Those guys would all get slaughtered. Oh, you want to play tricks on me? Die. Like, straight up. They're looking at it and running to bloodthirsty, you know, attack us. Like Illumia Hisoka. The Gundam have. Yo, I like this confident. Man, I wish Leori was like that in 2011. I like this confident Leorio. Look at this Leorio. Great sound design. Great sound design. Excusez-moi. Pardonnez-moi. Entschuldigung. What just happened there? What just happened there? Man did the, you know, the peace out meme. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Man, I love the sound design. There's no music, there's no nothing, you just hear the crickets in the background and them talking. It's very nice. Because it gives you this real sense and this real feeling of like, oh, they are outside. This is like an unknown. It almost like, just little, just like, puts you off. Whether that's off guard or just off in general. But yeah, he actually did leave. He actually did leave. Crapping out the whole speech like, nah, he's never gonna leave. Haha, and I would have hit him regardless. Meanwhile, he's like, yo, skippity scoopity doo. Okay. Nah, that's what Gun loves doing the most, just staring his opponents down. Ah, don't let him down. Gotta help him up. Come on now. He treated you, even though you weren't really sick, but injured, whatnot. We got the high ground. I love that we get info dump, lore dump from Kurapika. I wonder what we're gonna get from Leorio. Man. This is madness. We didn't get that in 20. This is madness. This is madness. Oh, heck nah. Okay, nah. I'm sorry. They butchered Leorio. Either butchered Leorio in 2011, or they literally just skipped his character and made him even. They just put a badass in. Aye. Even with that knowledge and everything, I still don't see no difference. They sound the same. They act the same, they speak the same, they look the same. No. No. Instinct. Karafika just knows. Karafika just knows. It was obviously important, but like just no random country's custom. He should be failing that though. Realistically speaking, he should be failing that though. That saved him. That saved him. That saved him because obviously again back to the reference point, but 2011 he doesn't realize shizzle. He see a lot more and you see him actually like recognize it. Who you know, that is towards the end. You know, was too cool for school. Yeah. Yeah. Then again, he showed a lot of courage and a lot of spunk and zest. With the shadows on, they look more like dragons, like wushu. That's what they look like more than anything. Ending time. I'm actually disappointed now. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm actually disappointed in the 2011 anime. The more I'm watching this, the more I'm like, again. I need to stress this. We are at what? 5 episodes in. So I'm stressing this, alright? We're only 5 episodes in. And we won't even get to the Chimera Antark. But these 5 episodes, I'm like, if this is how 2011 started, and granted, I know the ending is playing right now, but I'm speaking over it, I'm still listening to it. But like, if this is how 2011 anime started, right? Let's say they made it 10 episodes longer, but this is how they started, with all the context, with all the details, so on and so forth, characterization, so on and so forth. I think I gave it like an 82. It would have gone up. I mean, 82 is probably a bit too low, realistically, when I think about it. I think I'd probably give Hunter x Hunter like an 84. I think it's like an 84 kind of show for me personally. It never, for me personally, it never was a 10 out of 10. I know for everyone else, has it as a 10 out of 10. I think it had a lot of like 10 out of 10 moments, but I can't give the show as a whole a 10 out of 10 because there weren't enough characters personally that I could latch onto. That I thought, oh, I love these characters, if that makes sense. And that's my thing. Like if I don't if there aren't characters that I'm like big fan of, then I just can't give it anything higher. Which is why I like the shows, like even like I don't know, like shows that I consider amazing, like I've not watched it in ages, but like even something like Haikyuu, I know it's completely different genre and whatnot, which okay, let's go for a different thing. Even Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I consider one of the best animes of all time, could have been higher if there were more characters that I truly meshed with, and there weren't, which is why a lot of like shows that you see on my anime list or whatnot as like the top dog, the top tier shows are the likes of Legend of Galactic Heroes. I mean, you've got Yang, Reinhardt, just to mention two, Oberstein, just to mention Mittermeier, like if Reuenthal, you've got too many characters that are like I consider like top tier. Ashita no Joe, I mean Joe literally is like one of the best characters ever written, in my opinion, like one of the best characters period. You've got Berserk. How often do I talk about Berserk on this channel? Like realistically, how often? Like, even when it has absolutely nothing to do with Berserk, I talk about Berserk, because Guts, Griffiths, you've got plenty of characters. I mean, obviously Casca as well. I mean, I really like Isidro too. I don't know if everyone does, but you've got tons of characters that I love. So with Hunter x Hunter, there just aren't enough top tier characters, in my opinion. Again, I think Miriam is like the only one that is on like that tier. But like you have a lot of like the tier below that, where like you've got the likes of Kurapika, Killua. I very much like Crollo as well. Again, I'm a fanboy, but if you watch my 2011 reaction series, which again you probably didn't, and it's no longer available anyway. But like you've got the likes of Zeno, that I'm a huge Zeno fan. Netero, I'm a huge Netero fan as well. I think it's just that I like old people in anime, really, like the old badasses. But yeah, honestly, like Hunter x Hunter, that's always been missing to me. Like that, they're just that one or two more top tier characters besides Miriam, but like from a story perspective and my enjoyment perspective, it's like an 82 to 84. But it's just lacking that extra character to push it into that, into that 90 range. And I'm like talking about it like, oh, it's almost there, but it's not there. But I generally I take my ratings seriously. That's the kind of that's kind of the way I look at it. So I actually take my ratings quite seriously. My rankings rather. But do we need timer for one? First of all, But yeah, that's the one thing that's always been holding Hunter x Hunter back for me. Like as a story, I absolutely love it. It's just the characters sometimes. But the way they're treating like Leorio in this one, it just feels so good. It just feels so nice. It feels like one adaptation is not faithful. That's what it feels like, and I don't know which one it is. I hope it's the 2011 one, and I like Leorio in that one, but I hope it's the 2011 one that is not faithful to Leorio. I hope Leorio is more like here. Like in a manga, he's more like this, right? Like as he is right here, because he still has his goofiness and whatnot, but he is badass. Like he actually isn't a laughing stock. He's actually someone that has some spunk to him. I like that. I like that a lot. But now the question, of course, is like, why was that not more in 2011? I don't know. Like even this episode, that like again, I don't like the episode 2011. I skip it. It's one of the two episodes that I skip. It just wasn't bad. But it might also just be because it's the first time I've seen the 1999 version of it. So it could that very much could be the case where, because I've seen 2011 so often, and I've seen those episodes so often, that now I skip it because I've seen it too much and I didn't mesh with it then. So what if I watch this one multiple times, will I still feel the same way? I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest, I have no idea. But that's just my thoughts overall, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all think. Overall, I enjoyed this episode, but we gotta call it a day, we gotta call it a night, we gotta call it a year. So I will see all of you in the next one, everyone. But as always, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can get early access over on patreon.com. I very much love to have you over there. For just $5 a month, you'll be able to get 4 weeks early access. Check the schedule down below in the comment section, sorry, not in the comment, in the description rather, and you can see what episodes, what shows come out on what day, and if if there are things that you are interested in. As I said, you can get 4 weeks early access on Patreon. There will be timer, so if that's not your style, then just be warned. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Lies X Truth X Kiriko episode, and I will see all of you in the next one. Until then, have a nice day. I tip my hat and peace out. Bye.